Hello!
Hello there.
Hello!
Howdy.
Hi.
Get your
Hello.
cornbread, get your OJ, get your waking up a little later than you put on your alarm, and then the stream starts like 5 minutes later than you expected.
You eat cornbread for breakfast?
Dude, have you ever had a corn muffin? It's really good.
I've had a corn muffin, but I don't like them.
Oh man, the corn muffins are good. Like if they
I
have like enough flavor.
Phantom
chocolate chip muffins.
Phantom Z2 Chaos doesn't play video games.
Fantastic.
Doesn't like cornbread. Let's introduce ourselves as always. Is me, Country Fried Dram. I need to stop doing this joke. We also got PushDustIn.
Yo yo yo. I'm back. I'm alive.
who unfortunately passed away last week.
Yeah.
We have Phantom Z2.
Hi, I play video games.
And we have today's guest, ConnorEatsPants.
Hello, I too play video games.
Badass gamers. We had, I don't know, a somewhat eventful week.
Yeah. I mean, the website is still down.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Maybe you want to talk about that real quick? Might as well, because maybe not everyone follows us on Twitter, which you should. Links down below.
Yeah. So the website is down because the hosting provider, Bluehost, has been just absolutely god awful this past week. Like, what happens is that for the past like 3 or 4 times that we've posted a Famitsu column, we get a lot of traffic. And I don't know if they like updated their policies or if they changed it or if something changed on the website or not. But basically, it's gotten to a point where we use too much bandwidth that they say that we're not compliant enough with their shared server status or whatever. And then they shut us down immediately after. So it's like the Famitsu column goes up and then like 30 minutes later, the sites get shut down. And I keep on talking to the hosting people and I'm like, you know, what can we do to fix this? Do you have any suggestions and stuff like that? And so far they've been really unhelpful. Like, they actually told me to like delete these certain files, which ended up corrupting the whole site. And we had to get like a backup of the site working. And it took me like 8 people to get that fixed. And this week they told me that like if it's not compliant, if it becomes non-compliant again, then it might be permanently shut down. And so because of that, right now I'm trying to retrieve a backup of the site, but the Bluehost is so bad that every time I try to download a backup, it times out because it's like 48 gigabytes of files.
Oh my god.
So it's been quite difficult. This weekend I'm talking with a couple of web developers to see what we can do and try to work something out where the site can come back online as soon as possible. But I want to make sure that I at least have a backup before I even attempt to change anything. I have a backup from maybe 4 months ago that I have already on my hard drive. And all the posts I was able to retrieve. It's just that the files haven't been updated. So I'm sorry, I'm going on a huge rant right now, but with the way that WordPress is that all the posts are actually stored in the SQL database. So all the posts are safe. It's just that if I try to move that database onto a new WordPress, it just won't have any of the images or the themes or any of the stuff. So it would be all broken and chaotic and everything like that, which is why I'm still trying to retrieve all the files. So at the very least, all the translations are safe.
Web developing sucks. I had to take a website developing class for school like last semester, and it was it was not fun. We were using this one hosting service that just like it just broke whenever we use it, and it was like.
So yeah, I'm like reaching out to a couple of other people who run like news blogs and see what kind of web hosting they use to see if we can move. One issue is that if we move, we lose access to all the source gaming emails, and I've already prepaid this hosting until February 2020.
Oof.
So it's kind of a hard situation right now. I'm trying to figure out what's the best course.
Well, that's a good reminder, since I don't know if you guys will plug it, that Patreon does have a Source Gaming page where you can support Source Gaming every month.
Yes, if you want to help afford a new hosting plan, then please donate to our Patreon.
Yes.
We will definitely need it.
Yes.
So what you're saying is Bluehost is too good. We're too good for Bluehost.
Yeah.
So like the thing is, like, we're on like the Business Pro cloud plan or something like that, which is the highest cloud plan that you can have before you go onto a dedicated server. And we use, I think, about 200 gigabytes of bandwidth in last month.
Ooh.
We had 70,000 unique visitors. So like it's kind of like mid-range. It's not like a huge website, so I'm not sure if it needs a dedicated server yet. I just wish that Bluehost was more communicative. Like they talked more and actually gave me more information on what I should do, because so far they've been really, really unhelpful.
On a semi-related note, I was listening to a podcast like months back with the Homestar Runner creators on it.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how, like, you know, they made Homestar Runner and it became this like surprise hit, and they were doing like they had like a terabyte of bandwidth a week.
Yeah.
Which is already, like, that's a lot, but when you consider, like, this is 2001, 2002 internet, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, especially Flash animation, that took up a lot of space.
Because it's
and
like,
a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, it's like, how the hell could any host even help them with that? I think they ended up having to do it completely by themselves, because it was just...
Yeah, they've definitely had a dedicated server.
Yeah.
So, so that's why, if you can't like access any of the source gaming information, that's why I'm sorry. Trying to work on it, trying to figure out the best way.
Yeah, but we'll be backing up eventually.
Yeah, I'm hoping by the end of my weekend. So I'm off Sundays and Mondays in Japan time.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping.
I didn't know that. I should bother you more.
Oh no.
Oof.
So yeah, I'm hoping hopefully by the end of this week I can figure something out, or at least start something.
Yes. But moving on from that, you went to Tokyo Game Show.
Yes. I went to Tokyo Game Show last week, from last Wednesday to I was in Tokyo until Monday.
Ooh. And you died at one point.
Yes, I heard.
I heard. That's like the best response to that.
I was actually like in a hostel. I was in a capsule hotel kind of thing, like in this little capsule, like listening to the Source Gaming last week's Good Morning Source Gaming, and I was like dead tired because actually like working at like a Tokyo Game Show is quite tiring. Like, I know it sounds like it's not, but it is, because you're just walking every day, like the whole day. So yeah, I fell asleep like right after you said I died, actually.
You just posted the frowny face, and then you went into your mausoleum, and
I was in the little capsule with the lights off.
I love re-listening to that bit, just because I love the somewhat delayed reaction. Everyone sounds like a motorcycle revving up, because they just start going like... Oh, someone in the Patreon casual chat noticed that I changed the description of this week's episode. But because originally I put on this week's episode, PushDustIn talks about his own death, but then I changed it to on this week's episode, PushDustIn delivers his own eulogy. I thought the latter one was funnier. So what'd you do at TGS? Did you look at video games? Were they fun?
So yeah, I looked at a lot of the video games. I got to talk to Suda51 and Iga, and I talked to Iga about Castlevania representation in Smash.
Yeah. So
that's something that a lot of people can look forward to. That's what my plan was to do this weekend, but I don't know now.
One day you'll get that Sakurai interview, dude. One day you're gonna get that.
Yeah. I actually saw Sakurai. I was like in licking distance. No.
He was in laser eye distance.
Laser eye distance.
You just gotta rush them next time and show them. Be like, look at this site. I did this.
Aren't you proud of me?
You're the one who said Goku has no chance.
Notice me.
So, Sakurai was at the Japan Game Show, Japan Award Show, whatever it's called, and he was the presenter for the Developer's Choice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Didn't the Nintendo Switch team win like hardware of the year? And
so Nintendo Switch team, they won the MEDI award, which is the Ministry of Economic Trade and Infrastructure or something like that.
Yeah.
Sakurai actually won that award last year. So it's been like 2 years in Nintendo. It like the whole show was like there's a lot of Nintendo titles or titles on the Switch that won awards. There was like 12 titles that won awards of excellence, and that's what like a lot of people were like annoying me with Twitter or annoying on Twitter. Like, there's another one of these. Yeah, there's like 12 of them. Like Fortnite won, Player Unknown, but Battlegrounds won one. Yeah. Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey. I think Breath of the Wild won the Foreign Award, like promoting Japanese culture abroad or something like that.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
I love Japanese elf culture.
But I mean, that does remind me about how the Switch is doing phenomenally in Japan right now.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Like, Nintendo didn't have a presence at Tokyo Game Show officially
because they just don't. They never.
Yeah, because they never do. And but there was just a ton of titles for the Switch.
Yeah, which is what I kind of expected. I think I mentioned this. I don't know if it was in past Good Morning Source Gamings, but I kind of always said like I feel like Tokyo Game Show is always going to be bigger with Switch announcements than even E3. Because Japanese developers are going to be like
all over
way more on top of announcing stuff than Western devs are.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest announcement for Switch at the Tokyo Game Show was Dragon Quest XI S. Is that what it's called?
They added an S.
Yeah.
It was the first game announced for the console, and we still don't know what it looks like.
Yeah. And then they announced the Phoenix Wright trilogy.
Yeah, which is also multi-platform, which is really, really weird.
I don't know. I think it's good. It's good for the series.
I mean, I don't know. It's just, like, to me, it's weird because it's like there's been 6 mainline installments and, like, 3 spin-offs. And they've all been, like, aside from mobile ports, they've all been Nintendo only.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, yeah, Switch port was inevitable, but...
I mean, but like Marvel vs. Capcom, which had Phoenix Wright in it, wasn't even on a Nintendo console.
Yeah. But he was supposed to be in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Man, I was playing that the other day. I was like going through all my my Wii games, and I'm like, oh yeah, this exists. And I played it, and I like it. You played Katamari?
Never.
Yeah, I played Katamari on the Switch.
Shut up, Phantom. Go back to the bathroom. Damn.
But it was only the first level, so it's hard to see if it would lag or not. Like, even the gameplay that they're showing kind of lagged. Like, in the video.
That's That's Katamari though. That's like, it's a game where like a million things is moving.
Yeah. And you just pick it up and everything. I played the Sonic racing game, the team racing.
Oh,
Team Sonic Racing. Was it good?
Yeah. No, it was awful.
I agree. Thank you. I played that at E3. I thought it was just ass. I hated that game.
It was just controlled like garbage. I was like, is this a racing game?
We do have to talk about this because this is like, listen, fellas. I really like Transformed. Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed, and this game, it's like I thought I was crazy when I was watching trailers and gameplay for it, because I'm like it's the same, but it looks significantly worse somehow.
Yeah,
plays worse too.
Like it just feels clunky or slow. Don't you agree, Connor?
Yeah, completely. I played with Spazzy and Mango Viking at E3, and like they were both like, "Oh, it's all right," and I was like, "This is just what is this?"
Yeah, like it plays worse than like a N64 racing game. Like,
it felt like doing the racing levels in Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
It's rough. I wish it wasn't so rough.
Yeah, it just has no polish whatsoever.
It's also just so weird too, because I don't know why they I don't know I don't know. I guess it's just supposed to be like a big old budget title this time.
Doesn't even have a release date yet, right? And it's coming out this year.
Yeah. They're doing the Sonic Forces thing where it's like, oh, it'll be out like the month after we announce the date or something.
It's so weird.
Yeah. And then
what else did you play?
Did you play Soul Calibur 6?
No, actually I didn't play that many like AAA games. Like I played Kingdom Hearts 3.
How was it?
It was fun. It felt very like more like Dream Drop Distance than Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's good.
Yeah. So
I played that at E3 too, and that was the first time I ever played a Kingdom Hearts game, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh god!
I was just like, "Oh, there's Woody. I know that guy." And...
they only had the voices in Japanese, so I was like, I guess that sounds like Woody. Like I don't know.
Time to do a cross promotion. If you want to hear two dorks talk about Kingdom Hearts, especially after having played the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo. Go check out Podcast at Bryhard Gaming's channel. We talk about Kingdom Hearts for way too goddamn long.
I remember I played Dream Drop Distance in Japanese, and I was like, I don't understand anything. And I looked up the translations, and I was like, I still don't understand anything.
There's actually, I got a funny anecdote about that, which is that earlier this week we did a live stream, and I had a poll for what the live stream should be, and I put on Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, and the reason being is because I've also never played Kingdom Hearts before.
Oh boy.
And I asked Brian what would be the most confusing one to start with. and he's told me Dream Drop Distance, and then he said, but the problem is that it's also the absolute worst game in the series.
That's not even true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
How? What do you think is the worst Kingdom Hearts?
Recoded.
They would beg to differ.
I think Recoded is the worst Kingdom Hearts game. Recoded in 1, but 1 isn't as bad.
What about that mobile game X?
Union Union Key. I haven't played it enough, so I can't say if it's bad. It's like it's not harmful. It's not bad, but I wouldn't play it over Rechanted Memories. I like Rechanted Memories more than that.
Well, we'll see.
It's not that bad.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Are you playing it? Are you playing it on 3DS or PS4?
3DS.
Okay.
Then
it might not.
Out.
Okay, it might not be as bad then, because I've heard that because of it being an original original 3DS game. It was it being on PS4 made it feel a lot more spaced out than it needed to be, because then you have all this empty space with nothing in it. Whereas on a 3DS, is on a smaller screen, it makes sense.
Well, like you need that extra joystick for the 3DS version, right?
What do you mean?
Like you need to like get that clamshell and like put your 3DS in it.
Circle Pad Pro.
No.
Yeah, Circle Pad Pro. Yeah.
What would you need to use that for?
For Kingdom Hearts, Stream Drop Distance. That's how I played it.
That's not how I played it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just played it the regular way. Yeah.
I had a friend who was like, yeah, I played through Resident Evil Revelations without the Circle Pad Pro, and I went, how? And he's like, I don't know.
I play Smash Bros. Without LNR buttons. Anybody can do it.
It's like well, I mean, you can't use the Circle Pad Pro on Smash.
No, I'm talking about I play games with limited controls.
I mean, Smash only uses like 2 buttons as a whole, so you're fine.
I have to make because my LNR buttons broke because of Mario Kart 7. I had to make my Y my grab and X my shield.
Because of Mario Kart 7?
Yes, because of Mario Kart 7.
The worst game to
hard
break
in
your
Mario
buttons
Kart.
on. Yeah.
Was it? Because I bought my 3DS in 2012 because I was like, okay, I'm gonna need this for X and from Pokemon X and Y comes out, and Mario Kart 7 was the only game I had for it. So I was like, okay, I'm playing this every day. and then the LNR buttons stopped working as Pokemon X and Y got close. I was like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna either need to buy a new 3DS or just deal with it. And then Smash came out eventually. I was like, oh, guess I'm not using LNR buttons.
Yeah.
Really, the only Circle Pad Pro game I could stomach was I mean, I like the Circle Pad Pro as a whole. It's one of those instances of Nintendo making something that's like way more comfy than it's like supposed to. Because it doesn't look comfortable at all. But man, I played through all of Metal Gear Solid 3D with that thing. I loved every bit of it.
Not so many games like support it. Like
no,
I think Monster Hunter supports it. I think
they made one that has like this weird, like Capcom and Hori made their own Circle Pad Pro that has like a weird N64 style grip attachment where one of the analog sticks is like where you're like it's on the side of the grip itself. If I can find a picture, I'll post it. But when I was in Japan last year and I was riding the subway, I saw like an old balding Japanese man playing Monster Hunter with that grip on it. And I was like, what the hell? I was like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of stupid add-ons, I got the Switch keyboard when I was in Tokyo.
Ooh.
Why?
Just because.
Oh.
Yeah,
There's
why
a
the
Switch
hell not?
keyboard?
Yeah, it attaches to the Joy-Cons.
So dumb.
Uh-huh.
Wait.
How
Oh,
does
is it? Is it though? Is it okay? It's not. I don't think it's the one I was thinking about. Or was it the Joy-Cons were in between the keyboard is directly in between the Joy-Cons that you have to buy it that way or something?
That's the one I got.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Are you gonna play Smash like that?
I might.
Oh god. You're disgusting.
Just in case I need to, type some messages in between.
with what text chat?
All right, I found a picture of this Monster Hunter grip that I was talking about. I'm gonna put it on screen in a second, but that's what it looks like. I'll put a picture on screen. Look at that. Get a load of that.
What?
Oh yeah.
That.
The hell? It looks like a Pro controller without the controllers in it.
Also with an analog stick on the side.
It kind of looks like a Joy-Con grip, actually.
Kinda.
Yeah. What is it? Monster Hunter 4?
Yeah.
Oh. That was on 3DS? Oh.
Yeah. Damn.
I haven't played Monster Hunter. Okay, I played.
Really?
No, shut up. No, I played the demo of Monster Hunter. Was it what's the name of the game? It's on Switch. Generations Ultimate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my. I've always wanted to get into it because I like the little the cats.
What is a Switch keyboard good for? Tell us, PushDustIn.
Oh, I haven't actually opened mine yet, but I will.
I'll tell you what it's good for. The only time I ever bought a keyboard for one of my systems was on the Wii, where I got a USB keyboard to type in Animal Crossing. And all I would do is I would find random people on forums, join their town, and like try to be nice, but like kind of take things here and there, just subtly, and then come back to my town and just sell it all. But I would use the keyboard to appear nice, and I was the worst kind of Animal Crossing player.
Yeah. There's the Switch keyboard in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah.
You can also, I guess, use it for eShop nonsense. I don't know, Phantasy Star?
I'm gonna use it for Twitter messages and stuff.
Oh, there you go.
Like, does it like work with the Switch like natively, or is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, it connects via USB. So you have to connect it directly into the console.
Oh, it's not wireless?
No, it's not wireless.
Oh, okay.
You still put the Joy-Cons on that, like, as a goof, because why not?
Yeah. I actually ended up buying 2 versions of Wario Land for the Virtual Boy.
Okay.
Because Wario Land for the Virtual Boy, like, cart alone is usually like 6,000 yen, right?
Yeah.
So I found it just for 4,000 yen. And then I found also a version that was not opened, the sample version, like the one that Nintendo sent to stores, for about 10,000 yen. And so I was like, I have to buy this too.
What is it that you like about Wario?
I don't know. It just appeals to me. Like ever since when I was a kid, like Wario Land was like my first Mario game, quote unquote, that I beat through by myself. So I just have I don't know. I just really like the character.
That's fair.
I'll be right back. Talk more about TGS while I'm away. Ooh.
Alright. So about them trailers that I barely watched.
Yeah,
I made a playlist of trailers, and then I was like, oh, maybe the Source Game could do like a reaction to all of these trailers. And I was like, maybe not. There's gonna be a whole bunch of trailers.
The thing with Tokyo Game Show is that it's super, super crowded. So like Brendo and we didn't even bother going on Saturday and Sunday, which are the public days, because there was just too many people. Like you just go in and you just get pushed around all day. So yeah.
I can't believe you go around and get PushDustIn all day.
Yeah, it's so annoying. I'm like, this is literally what happens.
It's who you are. It's a part of you. Now you gotta get pushed around.
Connor, how's your week been doing?
It's been good. You know, just been chilling. It's just kind of a chill week. There wasn't much news for the most part, besides like, you know, the people freaking out about female Bowser and stuff on Twitter.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just, you know, chilling, waiting for Smash, waiting for any games. It's kind of been a slow time for games since Spider-Man. So
you know,
been chilling.
There's an indie game that came out this week, Wonder Song, which I would absolutely recommend. It's a blast to play through.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, it's basically the whole premise of the game is that you sing. You're like this bard, and you have to save the world.
Yeah,
and then it's just really full of charm and everything like that. It's very well written.
I was thinking about buying it, and I was like, I don't know if I'll like it. I always get scared about buying indie games.
I mean, definitely, you can watch like the first hour, and that will give you a good sense of how the rest of the 10 hours will play out.
All right, I'll check it out. Probably after this. Probably after the stream.
Yeah, and then I picked up Binding of Isaac on the Nicholas sale.
Oh, that's right. Until October 1st or something, right?
Yeah, it's ending very soon.
How much is? Did you see how much Cave Story is going for? 'Cause I was thinking about buying that.
No, I'm sorry, I don't know.
A reminder that Paladins is free to play.
Oh my gosh.
Paladins is underrated, dude.
No, yeah. Hey.
No, it's not.
Dude, I'm with you. I prefer Overwatch for like the actual like competitive game, but like I enjoy Paladins. It's fun to play if it's free.
I think they play like different enough that it's like, oh, it's not.
Have you
like,
played Realm Royale?
No, I haven't.
I've never even heard of
Realm
it.
Royale is really good. I hope that they can get that on more consoles soon besides just PC because it's really fun.
Apparently, according to some eShop strings, we might be getting Smite for the Switch soon. Which is Hi-Res's MOBA.
I used to like Smite a lot.
I think most people say that about Smite. I used to like it, but then, I got old. Oh, man.
MOBAs are just so hard to get into now for me. It takes so long.
MOBAs were like the Battle Royale of like 2011.
Ew. Even though you're right.
Where everything had to have a MOBA. There was like a Universal Monsters MOBA. And I remember being like, why? Have we gone too far?
We haven't gone far enough.
But yeah, I've just been playing Paladins on the Switch because it's a really good port. And it's portable and all that good stuff. Speaking of normie games for normies, Fortnite Season 6 came out. And that game on Switch is so weird because its performance like changes with every single patch.
Is it good now?
Well,
it's always been good. It just wasn't absolutely perfect.
It depends on the day of the week.
Yeah.
like they're getting the game to look a lot better. And they're getting it to run better in some areas, but then like something else will break in other areas. And no, Monday Night Combat was not a MOBA. It was a TF2 clone.
Oh, that's right.
Fortnite on Switch was really fun the week it came out when no one on Switch knew how to play, and I just got tons of wins.
Yeah. I still don't know how to play.
I think it's fine. Now. I still play it time to time. It's whatever. It's cool.
Oh.
And now you can play it anywhere, no matter what, because PlayStation opened up their crossplay finally.
If you got internet connection.
Mm-hmm. It's only in beta, right?
Yeah, it's only beta.
Yeah, it's kind of how they introduce it. Because they're scared to do it because they're upset and they don't want to. But they're doing it now.
Any other TGS stuff? We got really way off topic.
TGS. Oh, what was it? Did you see anything from NT Creates?
Oh, the Dragon Mark for Death.
Okay, how's it look?
Oh, I played that. The character that I played was like a shinobi kind of character, which handled very much like Gunvolt, and so she was able to like run into enemies and then like kind of like what's that word? Focus her attacks on them, like Z target them. Log on. There you go. Thank you. And so it felt very much like Gunvolt, and it handled very, very well. We did multiplayer. It was fun.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
I got a huge poster of that game now.
Oh, nice. Did they say anything about Luminous Avenger?
No, not that I know of.
Damn. Oh man. I'm looking forward to that game. But I have to play Gunvolt 2 first.
Yeah.
If they're at like at a trade show and they're trying to promote one thing, they're probably not going to be willing to talk about like other stuff they may have in the works or I remember have in the works.
Last time when I talked to them at Bit Summit, like they had the Bloodstained game on display. Yeah. And I was like trying to find out more about Dragon Mark for Death because that's the game that I was very interested in, but they're like it's going to happen next time, they said. That's all they told me. So.
What did you think of the Death Stranding trailer at Tokyo Game Show?
I haven't seen it.
I watched it afterwards. It was just like the only thing I saw was the comparison of the Japanese and the US voices. Is that all there is?
I don't know what there is. I don't get the game. I don't understand at all.
Doesn't the trailer thumbnail have like some dude in like a cloak, like some Reaper looking guy?
Yeah, that's Troy Baker, right? Isn't he playing that character I read?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I think so.
I was gonna watch it. I was like, I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, it still looks too much for me, man. Like people are all like, "Oh, yes, this is Pete Kojima," and I'm like, "Is this what you wanted? Is this a good thing?" Because I don't know what is happening.
This is Kojima unhinged, like with no constraints.
Yeah, it's too much. I don't get it.
I haven't played a. Wait, no, have I? Yeah, I have. I feel like unless you shut up, unless you count Smash Brothers Brawl, I have never played a Kojima game.
Oh, that does not count. That's not.
Yeah.
Time to get a PlayStation 1 and play Metal Gear Solid 1.
Can't you just get it? PlayStation? Can I just get it on PlayStation 2
or GameCube?
Yes. Okay. No, don't play Twin Snakes. Do not play Twin Snakes.
Twin Snakes is good.
No, it's not.
Isn't that the second game or something?
No, it's a remake.
It's a remake of the first game in the engine of the second game, and it like completely breaks that game.
What do you mean?
Like that game was basically designed to be a 2D game, but they force in a lot of like 3D game mechanics, and it just does not work. Enemy patterns are all fucked up. The voice acting is redone and even cheesier, and like the cutscenes are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know whatever that was.
The thing with Kojima games is like when they released Metal Gear Solid 4, they released it with a wiki on the PlayStation 3 because the game was so like overly complex.
That's a game where the cutscenes went on for so long that like they just started going into like infographics like halfway through.
I just remember I have played a Kojima game. Was it Metal Gear Rising Revengeance?
He didn't make it.
But it's Metal Gear.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Did he have any say in it?
No, actually.
Damn it.
I feel like Kojima wants to make movies, but is stuck making games.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
why not do both?
If you play the last few Metal Gear games, you can tell that he was getting like really sick and tired of doing all this Metal Gear like stuff, and that he's been wanting to do like this big, like Stanley Kubrick-esque like mind-blowing experience. But the problem is that he also has to force in a way how to make all of that tie into a 20-year-old franchise. Which was like the biggest problem with stuff like Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes, which had the potential to be like really amazing games if they weren't tied to the Metal Gear name. But oh no, we got to figure out how Big Boss became Big Boss.
Yeah, I just wish that with Death Stranding they made an effort to appeal it to someone who doesn't want to just be confused. Like every trailer I see, I just don't get it. I want a like I get it's supposed to be, you have to think about it, but I wish that they would advertise it more in a way where I can at least get the gist of what's going on, because I have no clue what's going on.
This is going to be really pompous, but like I kind of want it to be like really confusing and artsy and stuff. Like I kind of want this to be like the Eraserhead of video games, where like...
You mean Kingdom Hearts?
No.
It's kind of confusing, I guess.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is legit confusing.
Kingdom Hearts is like confusing on a different level. It's like an incoherent mess, not like an avant-garde art piece, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Also, if you want to buy Phantom Pain, it's $20 on Steam, so get it.
Don't do that.
I think is it
Why
free
not?
Phantom Pain is an only okay game. Ground Zeroes was better than Phantom Pain.
They get both for $20, I think. I think it's $20 as well.
But yeah, like I know like the big thing is like, when are we gonna see gameplay? Even though I think the last few trailers have been showing like exactly what the gameplay is gonna be like. But I'm down. I'm down for crazy stuff. I want an experience. I'm done with like the same generic video gamey like third person cinematic shooter.
Yeah, Ground Zero is $20 as well.
Which is what every PlayStation exclusive is. You know, I don't want to like dog on PlayStation, but I was thinking about it earlier this week, and like because I was you had the news of the cross-platform play, and and a bunch of Sony fanboys were trying to spin that into like trying to make like Microsoft and Bethesda look bad somehow by being like, oh, now that we have cross-platform play, I bet Xbox players are not gonna want this, and it's like, what?
Joke's on you.
That's what. And then I don't know. One of them was like in their description they had like 60 FPS lag free and stuff because that's what PS4 players always push is like, oh, every game we have is 60 FPS, like we can run our games perfectly. But like not a single PS4 exclusive runs at 60 FPS.
Got him.
Like they're all 30 FPS capped.
Wow.
That's weird. Like that's really weird.
Yeah.
And they're all like third person, like half the screen is taken up by your player character and their shoulder and
Spider-Man, Sekiro,
Sekiro's not a PlayStation exclusive.
Not Sekiro, I said the wrong game. Ghost of Tsushima, I meant. Whoops.
Like God of War, The Order 1886, Uncharted, like they all like even if they don't necessarily like even though they don't like all necessarily like play the same, they all look the same, just like just mechanically, and it's a real bore fest. Also, that
I remember when The Order was like, people were like, well, The Order is going to be the game to kill Xbox, and then it was just like, what is this? It did horrible, right?
Well, the game
I really enjoyed
is
Spider-Man.
like, the game itself is like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, I enjoyed Spider-Man and The Last of Us. I don't really care for Uncharted. I feel like Uncharted's kind of overrated, but that's just my opinion. And then I haven't played God of War.
Overwatch and Paladins look alike because
not really.
They look alike.
They don't
play alike, but they definitely share some sort of like.
I think in terms of character design, they share some aspects, but in terms of like the overall art style of the game, I don't see them looking alike that much.
But I can say Fortnite looks like Overwatch or Paladins.
No,
that's a stretch.
Ew, that's a very big stretch. Fortnite looks like,
This looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, it looks like a cartoon shooter. It's
more similar to like Team Fortress 2 than anything.
Whereas Overwatch and Paladins are kind of like they're cartoony, but they also have like they're a bit more. I guess their designs are a bit more realistic. No, well, except for Winston. But
you think Hammond is more realistic than Winston?
No. I mean, I'm just saying like they you can like they compared to Fortnite, you could say that they're more realistic with air quotes because you're not gonna see a huge gorilla and a freaking hamster ball running around with mechs and stuff. But like, again, Fortnite is just like you got these twig-like people in different costumes dancing around and shooting people.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like silly stuff. I mean, the guy originally asked, he doesn't see Splatoon like those. If anything, I'd actually compare Splatoon to those games because they're all like very colorful and vibrant games.
Splatoon is just Nintendo's Fortnite.
Yeah.
Shut up.
How long ago did Fortnite come out?
It launched in beta, I think July last year, but the Battle Royale mode came out last September, like this week, last September.
God, I feel like it's been way longer than that.
Well, I guess the question is when the hell did like the real video game come out, which is July 25th.
Has PUBG come out yet?
2017.
Yeah, that was when the like Save the World, which is like their PvE mode, launched in beta, and then Battle Royale. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That stupid $40 paid mode that isn't even on everything. It's just like oh whatever, it just exists. I love how that game started as like a Minecraft clone, and then just became a PUBG clone.
Oh, that's right. Fighters came out yesterday.
Yeah, I was busy all day yesterday, so I couldn't play it, but
I want to pick it up, but it's like I gotta save money for Comic-Con next Friday. Well, this upcoming Friday. And speaking that was it. I think Square Enix said Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna be there. So I'll try and see whatever other games are there and try to get footage for that one day I'll be there.
Oh, nice.
That'll be fun. Getting to actually play Kingdom Hearts 3, so that's gonna be a fever dream and a half.
I'll go to New York Comic Con if maybe I get a press pass. Otherwise, no.
Wouldn't it be too late to do that?
Exactly.
Oh, and then was it Bandai Namco has set up a Soul Calibur 6 event at 16th Street, I believe, in New York. It's from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday, October 12th. Or yeah, let me just check the date again, just to make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. I posted a link in the YouTube chat as well for you guys, in case you guys want to go. I think there's like 700 spots left. Yeah, October 12th. Here you go, gamers.
Someone in chat said the Smash Ultimate box theory is bogus and largely debatable.
We'll talk about it later.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it didn't have a pattern.
Yeah. So, Bowsette.
Oh, yeah. We might as well get to that because you know what? It's one of our Twitter questions. People have been bringing it up. We all know Push has gotten a 5-day pass to the new Bowsette fan event that's being held next month.
Where's that being held? I saw that, but I didn't see where.
I'll get the article.
Wait, that's real? I was laughing at a joke.
Real.
Oh,
it's real.
Just south of Tokyo.
Oh, no, I won't be able to go to that. That's too far.
What the heck?
You got it. Yeah, I want to go for many reasons. Mostly to see the art.
Yeah.
Just see the photos from the event. Just see the kind of people that show up.
Yeah. I want to see a Chompette. Gosh, I think Chompette's the best one. It's like you making something cute that you normally would be afraid of. I'm not really afraid of Bowser.
I would go with Bowsette is the best one of the three.
Chompette and Bouette.
No, Bouette just no.
I've seen some good Bouettes. I'll get some. I'll get some safe art. I'm not gonna just post anything willy nilly. I'll get some safe art if you want to show it on the stream.
100 MB worth of Bowsette on my computer. That's for private time, right?
Ooh. I don't know. I think like Bowsette was a really cute comic that turned into like this internet phenomenon, and it's like it's whatever, you know. Like the internet is all about waifus and all that type of junk. And it's not hurting anyone. It's not, you know, I don't see a reason to be like upset about it, honestly.
It's the fastest thing I've ever seen grow like that.
Yeah, I can see some people being annoyed with it though, because like it probably it is everywhere.
Yeah, I mean
the people that are like they were like, it's so stupid, like get rid of this, don't talk about it. It's like whatever, you know, it's just fun.
I don't care for it. I don't really get why it's popular, but like I'm not gonna ruin other people's fun.
Yeah.
Like, you know, have your thing.
It's just a game. Why you have to be made?
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth right now. The people who probably like Bowsette probably hated you.
Probably what?
Probably hated Ugandan Knuckles.
Oh.
You're all hypocrites.
Man, y'all hate Bowsette, but you're gonna drop Waluigi name drops at any given moment.
Because
Waluigi's funny, am I right, guys? XD.
Hey, Waluigi's a meme. That's it. You don't actually like him. You know it.
Do people like actually expect Bowsette to be canon now?
Well, I mean,
that's the thing. That's the funny.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's the funny thing is that it almost was.
Yeah. Well, I was more referring to before that concept art came out. Like people actually were thinking that this should be a real thing, and I didn't really understand.
I feel like the chance of it happening is even lower now that this happened.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's that there was a Super Mario Odyssey art book that came out, and oh cool, saving why is saving images now like impossible on the internet? That's cool. That's my favorite.
On Google?
Internet broke.
Yeah, with this fucking WebP stuff. God damn it. Oh well, I'll just have to Gyazo it. But basically, essentially, also there's a lawnmower outside my window. That's cool. That's gonna make for some nice ASMR.
Does that grass smell good?
I wouldn't know. My window's closed. But yeah, there was concept art of Bowser using Cappy on Peach to become Peach.
Yeah,
and it's more or less like the same thing.
Yeah,
it's cuter than the design that people were making. I kind of like that the design that Nintendo had in mind way better than almost everything else that everybody else has been making.
Yeah.
But yeah, Smag asked in the chat, red hair or yellow?
Okay. So normally
for me, I'm red hair.
It depends. Normally, I see people. It depends on the overall outfit because I've been seeing people use if they're gonna use red hair, they also give Bowser dark skin. But the thing is that with the dark skin, when you have it on a black and gray dress, it doesn't look good. So if it's gonna be like just a black dress or like a black outfit, and then the dark skin, and then with red hair, it works. Or if you're gonna have, or if you're gonna make like a different design in general with the outfit. Like, I saw somebody make like using actual Bowser's colors. So instead, they made the dress yellow, give her red hair, and then have dark skin, which I like that one. But if you're gonna do the dark skin, it kind of clashes with the gray and black, and it kind of looks bland.
How do you feel about this, Connor?
Just let Bowser be a loving father, dude. Why does he gotta be like? I don't care what his hair color looks like.
A loving mother.
Because he's Bowser. I guess Peach is the loving mother.
He's Bowser.
Bowser is the loving mother.
Mama.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have no stake. I have no cards in this conversation. I don't care. You color your fan art however you want.
Make it purple. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck it. Purple Bowser. That's my favorite.
We were talking a little bit before the show. Like, the name really doesn't make sense. Bowser.
Yeah. I think this is like the take everyone's had though.
Yeah.
It should be Peacher, not Peach. You know, not Bowsette.
Peach or King Peach.
But it's like whatever. Fuck it.
You know what really doesn't make sense is Peachette in the first place. That is a disgrace.
Shut up.
Toadette was great. Perfect character. What have they done to her? Why can't Toadette just be Toadette? Why does she have to be Peach?
Maybe they were trying to think of ways to like give what her mushroom ability would be.
Yeah, just do what Toad did. Why does she have to become
Peach in the game?
Yeah, or just put in Peach. Don't turn Toadette into Peach.
But then, Peach can't rescue herself.
Then make Rosalina get captured or Daisy get captured. Then you have
or
Daisy
Toadette
in the canon game.
Toadette can get captured then.
Yeah. You have Toadette get captured, but what you could have did was that Toad finds the whatever called the Super Crown, and then she gets turned into Peachette, and then Bowser mistakes her for Peach, and then kidnaps her, and then you have to play as Peach in order to save her.
Mm-hmm.
See,
I
also played Super Princess Peach. Yeah,
I haven't played that game. Of course. No. I played it for an hour. And I didn't like
of course.
I didn't like it. Why would I keep playing a game I don't like?
Yeah, I didn't really have it. I had a friend that had it, and I was.
Yeah, see, can't get mad at me now. He did it too.
Yeah, That's all it was.
I am kind of curious about like the full image of that comic. Like Master Rolu, he asked why did Bowser want to take over Peach's body in the concept art? And the other thing he says in Japanese is that he says Koko Karaka Honbanda, which is like this is like the real battle.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
so,
I figure that would have been like a
a
final
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they probably cut it out because they don't want Mario beating up Peach.
Yeah.
In a canon Mario game outside of Smash Brothers.
Yeah. That seems like exactly the reason why they would cut it.
I mean, yeah, but you're also hitting Bowser too, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
If they remember, it's okay to hit women if they're infected by a
dragon,
a giant lizard
turtle
person.
dragon.
Yeah. Makes it automatically okay.
Yeah, it's okay to jump on people if they're evil.
Was it Double Dragon that made the character a transvestite because they
poison? You mean?
You're thinking of Final Fight.
Oh, it's Final Fight. I'm sorry.
He's got judged in the background.
Is that your girlfriend?
No, no, it's not. It's just a friend. Yeah, she's over. She's in my room.
Hey.
No, it's not like that. She's watching a movie.
Hey.
Man, no Bowsette conversation ever.
Also, that's the friend. I think I told this on the other stream, but that's the friend who I did the Fortnite shake to.
Hey,
nice.
Where I told her to get the Fortnite shake from Starbucks, and she actually believes me.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a good friend.
You did. I
swear I am.
Oh
yeah, I'm a gamer.
I guess we can also look at some other viewer questions that we got. Reminder that you can follow us on Twitter. Shut up. Reminder you can follow us on Twitter, and you can send us questions whenever we do announcements of new episodes of Good Morning Source Gaming, and then we'll answer them. I guess you can also send them in the chat, but this is more organized.
I would also advise that if you're gonna ask questions, don't ask about your Smash questions now, and wait till we actually talk about Smash, so that it actually is a loaded discussion.
I mean, it's fine. We can also just like hold them off till later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see like 2 or 3 main Smash questions.
So I guess here we'll go. What is the best / worst fake leak you've ever seen? Rivs sent us this, and he is a good boy.
Hey, what's up, dude? So who wants to go first?
Because I've already explained like both of my answers.
We can go in the order that's like on screen from top to bottom.
Oh, that's me. The best or worst fake leak?
Yeah.
Text or like image. Because if it's text, then I remember there was this one time this guy claimed to be a Japanese Nintendo employee and was like trying to butcher his English to make it seem like he was Japanese, but he wasn't like making mistakes that Japanese people would make, and so it was pretty obvious, like for me to be like, oh, this person is just an idiot. And I think he was posting on like Smashboards or something like that, so we were able to see his IP, and he's like in America. So it was just like really dumb all around.
Good job. We did it. My let's see, what was it? The best fake leak is Acid Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
And the worst fake leak is the Monolith Looney Tunes Kingdom Hearts clone.
Oh lord.
I don't think I need to tell the story of that one again, but...
Wait. Can I change? I want to change mine to Connor's Jebaited.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Dude, it's so funny that when people like recognize me, they'll kind of like my stream, and like they're like, oh, I think I recognize you from somewhere. It's always one of 3 things. It's like, oh, you're the Marcus Sellers guy. Oh, you're a meme run guy, or oh, you were on that Did You Know Gaming video. Every time, it's one of those 3.
Oh
yeah. Can you talk about the debated thing?
What do you want me to talk about it? Like, just how it happened, I guess?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, earlier this year, it was pretty obvious that the guy was faking stuff, and, like, it was just painfully obvious. So I was like, okay, I'm going to message Marcus. I don't think it's Marcus Sellers. I messaged him, and I was like, hey, I have info, and I'm willing to share it with you, but I need you to keep it on the lockdown, man, all right? This is just between me and you. And he was like, don't worry, I keep my sources safe. I was like, good. Awesome. So I just messaged him, and I just every couple days I was like, learned a bit more. Crash is gonna be in the game. Ice climbers are coming back, and all that stuff. And basically, he kept on believing me, and like I kind of just found out that like as long as I just pushed him to share it, he would. So I'd be like, dude, you got to share this today. There are other news agencies that have this info, and you want to be the first. And he was like, oh god, okay. So he would like in February he posted like, Smash is going to have a large emphasis on marketing, because I told him that. And I was like, I told him to say that, and he goes and he tweets, Smash will have a big focus on marketing. And I'm like, I mean, like, what kind of insider scoop is that?
You're not wrong, but
yeah. I was like, okay. All right. I'm like, okay, this is easy. So eventually it got to a point where I guess like, I think like Liam Robertson was just really upset with him, and like, it was just it kind of reached a peak with him where he was just kind of tweeting crap. So yeah. I just pretty much told him to go and tweet about some of the info I said, which was like ice climbers and all that stuff. And from the beginning, I knew I was going to eventually rat the guy out. So I had my words spell out jebaited, which is like a Twitch emote for baited, and then fake and all stuff like that, I think is what I said. And basically he tweets it, and I let it rest for a few days, let like a couple Nintendo news agencies that are not the best pick up his story and be like, look, this guy is saying this. We should look at it. He's been right on nothing, but we're going to report on it anyway. And so then I tweeted out, I was like, look, I did all this stuff. And then it just kind of blew up in the guy's face. And it's just gotten to a point now, every single time he tweets something, people just reference my tweet, and then people find me again. It's like, well,
we got it.
Yeah, that was pretty much the story. And he got really upset about it too. He like blocked me. The funniest part was when E3 came around, and not everybody knows this part because he deleted it like 2 minutes later, but I was on stream and I have proof that it happened because I was streaming. Ooh. He tweets me right after the Smash reveal, and like circles random letters from his messages that spelled out real. It wasn't even like the first letters. It was just random letters in the messages where he spelled out real because ice climbers were in the game. And he claimed that that was like his inside scoop. It doesn't matter that I told him that. And I was like, I just said upon him, I'm like, what? What is this? This means nothing. And I was like, what are you tweeting to me? So I retweeted it myself just so people could see it. And then he untweeted it and blocked me again. So
I have one question. Were you the source of information where he's like, because he said at one point like that there would be more an emphasis on female representation in Smash or something like that?
No, that was just complete like what are you talking about?
No idea where he got that, because if
he was like he said he tweeted like at the beginning of June he was like they want it to be half and half, and I'm like you expect them to introduce like 40 new female characters in this game.
That was he does it a lot though, like where not maybe to pull back the curtain a bit. I don't know if this should totally be said, but Acid Ghost, which was a meme that Bryhard Gaming and I did, where we just kind of made cover art for a old terrible Wii U rumor, and the whole thing was based on these like weird, terrible looking screenshots that Marcus posted, and apparently the dealio with that was that someone was making this like fake game and sent him screenshots that Marcus just like posted, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I've heard about this from another source," even though they were making it up to him, like to his face.
Yeah. It was his biggest scoop was apparently that Black Ops 4 was going to come to Switch, and he was so confident in it, and now he just pretends like he never said that.
Yeah, then he backtracks super hard to a Call of Duty thing is going to be announced, which also hasn't happened.
Yeah, he's just I don't understand, dude. All right, we should probably get back on track to what the question was.
So what's your favorite fake leak?
Mine?
Yeah, Connor.
It should be. Well, we're going in order, right? So
Phantom, sorry.
I already did mine.
Oh, okay. So then
favorite fake leak? It's best and worst, right?
Yeah.
Well, it either or.
Okay, so I have a worse one, and it was the one that we talked about on stream, like right before the Castlevania leak happened. When we were talking about the menu where somebody actually spelled out like smash and katakana when that's not how it's supposed to be.
Oh, is that the one that I did a video on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really bad one, and oh my god, it's just.
I don't know how people believe that one. Like I saw so many comments on Reddit, like, "Oh my god, this is legit," and it's like, how?
And the best thing about it is the fact that people were thinking that it was okay. So no, not before I say that. People really didn't like Smash 4's menu design.
Yeah.
And then they believed that this menu leak was real, even though this menu leak looks worse than what we have in Smash 4.
It looks like you made it in MS Paint,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, why did you even bother to believe this? Not only it doesn't look good. It's the design is all over the place. Honestly, where you have like things on the right, things on the left is like, if you're gonna have it at least on multiple parts of the screen, at least make it in order. Make it look like make it visually look like it makes sense. Like it just looks like a diagonal version of the Smash 4 3DS design, because I know you have like Street Smash in a small corner, and then you have everything else just going in a circle, kind of. But that's my favorite worst leak, because that's also the leak where on the stream I went on for like a 5-minute tangent getting pissed off about how people make fake leaks without any thought and just do it.
Yeah.
I love
all right, so my favorite fake, I have a link I'll put in the chat so you can share it. Thankfully one of my viewers found it, because this is what I was going to mention, is people call it Chicken Nugget Ridley from early Smash 4. Because basically this leak came out, and like this is the end product where the faker showed it, but it was getting everybody up in arms for like an entire day, where it was like blurry footage off screen of a character select screen, and basically at the end they showed Ridley finally, and expected people to believe it, and Ridley just looked horrible. Like it looked like a chicken.
He looks like a dried up eggplant.
Yeah. And it was just horrible, and everybody was like, people were convinced that this was real, or even I thought it might have been real just from the earlier pictures, and people were just like, there's no way that one's right? And it was just horrible. And then my favorite like actual leak was, not actual leak, but like real looking one was, I think Rayman was probably the one that got everybody. The only thing against the Rayman leak was just it didn't make sense at the moment on how it leaked.
All right. That was Omni will never let that go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have it on stream now. Yeah. That's that's what it looked like.
God, it looks so bad.
It looks like a costume. Like he's wearing the Ridley costume.
Yeah. Ridley-ette.
Oh god, this character.
It's kind of one of the saving graces of Smash leaks is that the people always have to make a new model that's never been seen before, and it's wholly based on if these people can actually make a decent model of these characters or not.
Yeah.
If the answer is no, it's like, well.
Yeah. Or 2D art that just looks really good, and it looks like 3D art.
Yeah, except for that one guy that made really fucking awful 2D.
Oh, you're talking about the Agnes and Ken leak?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Ken's lips. Jesus. And he had Agnes's hair flipped the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then he tried to fix it, like, okay, this is a real leak. Like, no, it's too late.
I feel like it's become a problem that, like, a lot of, like, artists or fake leakers are trying to, like, get their name out there with fake leaks, because, like, they'll, like, make this fake stuff, and then he'll be like, well, this is not good, it's fake, and then they'll come out and they'll be like, it was me the whole time, and it's like, well, we already knew it was fake.
That was the worst thing about the Rayman leak, was that it was all a commercial for some stupid YouTube series.
Well, his was actually good, and he was like the first to do it that way.
Yeah,
but like people
good,
like
but
tried
it was
to
like, oh, it's for a YouTube series.
yeah, but people would like try to imitate that just to like promote their own art, and it's just kind of create a bad vibe where people like don't like them because of what they did, and then it's not even that good of art sometimes. It's just like
I know.
I mean, I think with Smashified, they get a pass because they were really talented, but I think they could have done it anyway, and it would have been a great way to launch the series. Like if they came out and said this is fake, but you know, this is a proof of concept kind of thing, I think a lot of people would still be very hyped for it. With a lot of the people nowadays, like they're using these fakes, and then they're like, "Oh, check out my DeviantArt," but no one's going there. Like after people find out it's fake, they're just like they're over it.
That's one of the main issues I saw with well, kind of like that, but with mostly with Pokemon. Whereas that people would make like these fake Coro magazines and like make up their own trainer art for like when like what the trainers are gonna be for the next generation. And then they would put it out there, but there were people who thought that the people. Well, okay, let me explain it better. So there's a YouTuber, Giancarlo Paramango. What he does is that he's a PokeTuber. He doesn't post that much anymore, but what he used to do is that he used to cover these Pokemon leaks as a way to, gotta give content, at least speculation on if this is real or not. And people would accuse him of stealing art, even though the people are putting their art out as if it's a leak, which means that that's no longer his fault if he's talking about it in speculation, and in the case of that he doesn't know that it's fake yet, or if that he's speaking about it in terms of that what if this was real. At that point, once you've put out your art there to make it seem like it is real, and to try to pass it off as it's a fake leak, as if it's a leak that's actually going to happen, you can't get mad at somebody for showing off your art and then saying like, and then trying to talk about it as a leak because that's what you advertise it as. And ever since stuff like that, I get worried about the fact of if people who make leaks, if they're using other people's art and not like giving credit. Because there's some people who make really good like fan art, make really good Pokemon trainer designs, but I always worry about like, what was it? Like an example for the Gladion art, when Pokemon Stars was still rumored, there was a Gladion concept art sheet of him taking control of the Eighth of Paradise, and then the person who made that leak came out stating that it was fake. It was just a proof of concept, and so like it's kind of like with that. If you come out and say like a start, I'm all cool with that, but I just worry about other people using their art for their own gain, as in like getting popularity for like a good day.
I mean, like that's why recently, like when I see things are fake, I like say, "Hey, this is fake." You know, the person has come out against it. But I try not to like always retweet the person. I try to quote retweet, just so it creates that extra wall. Because I feel like it kind of rewards them for creating fake leaks.
Also, another thing I remember when leaks used to be like really enjoyable, like because as a kid I used to play like, I'm still a big Pokemon fan, but one of the things that was really big about it was the fact of Pokemon used to come out in Japan first. Yeah. So when it came out in Japan first, I would have to either wait or would have to emulate it. And back then, I guess that was really like a good golden age of being a kid and then playing and getting to play the game early. But even though I'm not understanding, everything that they say, people would actually like work really hard to translate these games and like, hey, North America, come play this game before it comes out, and then still buy the game when it comes out later, because we're probably gonna get some stuff right, and the emulation isn't gonna be perfect. But it's like I kind of really miss the old days of rumors actually feeling like rumors instead of like everybody's trying to pass it off as fake leaks. Like Playground was like, "Hey, you got to play Smash for 500 hours in the dead of night on a blood moon to unlock Sonic and Melee." Like I as stupid as it may be, there was still a significant amount of charm that came with spreading around rumors like that, because as although because maybe for some people lack of internet, or for some people internet communities weren't as big unless you were like in a forum or something like that. There was a really significant charm of saying, "Oh, I heard this from such and such," and then it gets passed around. Like one of the best things being, the Mew under the truck. That's that's an old playground rumor that will live on forever.
I completely agree. Back in my day, we would try to find Mew under a truck. Now kids get it for pre-ordering a Pokeball accessory. It's like, Mew's not even rare anymore.
Right. So I really do miss, as much as I love seeing fake leaks and then discussing. Like if they're really credible enough, like, or they like at least really pass themselves off as really good, I love talking about them. But it's gotten to a point where I'm like, I just wish it was like how it used to be, where it's like we hear a rumor, and then it's like, okay, well, let's talk about it, and then it'll be like, wow, I can't believe this may or may not actually happen. And then if it does, it's like, wow, that rumor was real. Or it's like if it doesn't, like, wow, but what if that was real? And then you still continue the idea of it.
I don't know. Like I feel like saying something like that kind of like creates this image of like, back in my day thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't really like, because I'm sure that the kids nowadays, I'm not young and hip anymore, but I'm sure the kids nowadays, they have their own kind of culture and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm grown up now, so it's like I wouldn't be part of that. And since most of my time is on the internet, because you got to do source gaming, got to do YouTube, got to do art. It's like I'm always gonna be seeing this stuff online. And when you're on like online, like Twitter, you're in Discord, it's a bigger community. So like when you're in it's not the same as being on your with your one best friend in the playground talking about what could be, where you already have now you're on the internet and people can already classify what this is fake or not.
When I was 7, I actually ran a Pokemon website, like 7 or 8, and I hosted like information about the Poke Gods and finding Mew under the truck and everything like that. And I thought that was actually like legit at the time. Like I just wasn't able to pull it off or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, I remember being on the internet and still thinking that.
Yeah. I feel like some of it is even on games themselves for not really having those kind of secrets anymore. Like, there's no more cheat codes. There's no more like a lot of secrets. Most of it's there, and if it's not, it's DLC.
Well, maybe it's also because we've gotten so much more advanced with like YouTube and like also like looking through the game files, that if something was hidden, then it would be posted on YouTube or it'd be found through the game files.
That's why I really enjoy like the Destiny raids and like the Call of Duty Zombies Easter eggs, because they still do a lot of stuff like that, where there's a lot of really secret stuff that like goes hidden for months sometimes.
Oh,
yeah.
Is cool. Let's move on to another fan question. Just find that post again. God damn. Here we go. Let's skip the... What do you least expect to hear when you put your ear next to a seashell? Officially Luke asked us.
What do you least expect to hear?
To hear? Yeah.
I don't know. That's like, there's so many things I don't expect to hear.
Anything that isn't basically.
Yeah.
That's about that.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah. What game from your backlog do you want to play next? Too many. I think South Park Stick of Truth, if only because I just repurchased it on a Switch recently.
I really want to pick up that game someday. Like, that's a game that I really want to play.
Yeah.
I think I mean, there's a lot. Like, I have a problem finishing games all the time, but maybe I started Kingdom Hearts on stream a while back and just never got through it. But we'll see on that maybe at some point if there's still another dry season this fall. But I played a little bit of Red Dead a while back and just didn't really care for it. and I guess like it's gonna be the big game in November, so I should probably go back and try to play that before it comes out. But I was just never interested. I always liked GTA better.
Are you simple and clean?
My what?
Are you simple and clean?
I think so. I imagine, yeah. Is this a joke? I don't understand.
This the theme song for Kingdom Hearts, simple and clean.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I have no clue.
What did the topic move to go get?
Oh my god. What game on your backlog would you like to play?
Oh man. All right.
Everything.
On my backlog specifically that I own, and I haven't
You gotta play Wario Land.
Yeah.
That's not on my backlog because I don't own it, but I consider it just for you.
Thank you.
All right. So I have a whole bunch of games on my Switch that I bought and haven't played. I'm not gonna count the games that are reviewed because I don't really play them I don't play them much after I review them, except for like Curse of the Moon because that's a really good game. I have Pocket Rumble. I have bought the Mega Man X and Mega Man Legacy collections, and I haven't played those games except for Mega Man X1. Bomb Chicken I bought and haven't touched it. Shovel Knight, Freedom Planet I haven't played anymore. Minute, Earth Wars, Carol Blaster, Fury. What else do I got? I haven't bought the full game yet. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, and no, I beat Bayonetta already. I have to buy Bayonetta 2, and Slime Son I haven't played anymore, and I have to catch up with Sonic Mania because I was gonna buy the physical edition of Plus, but I haven't. I just beholden myself back from it for some reason, and that's just on my Switch though. But I have a whole bunch of games that I haven't played anymore because my PS3 broke. Mugen Soul Z. What else? Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. My PS3 broke in the middle of my playthrough of that game, so I haven't gotten back to it. I want to get back to playing MVP Baseball 2004, and I think that might be it.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a lot of games that I own and don't touch. Oh, Animal Crossing 2, Animal Crossing New Leaf. That's on my backlog because I just dropped it after just not being interested anymore. And that's why I'm kind of worried about, getting Animal Crossing Switch because it's like, oh, I'm going to be paying $60 for this game I might not even be playing.
Yeah. Well, they haven't even announced like a release date.
True. Yeah. Just 2019, and we don't even know what the concept will be yet.
Yeah, or we haven't seen any footage, so I think you're safe for now.
What was it? There was especially with I was thinking about this while I was getting water, but I feel like I mentioned this on the stream too, with the Splatoon 2 stream, where I have as many times I'm gonna say it, 650 hours on Splatoon 2. And I'm the only other game where I have a lot of hours in is Disgaea 5, which is at 75, and Breath of the Wild, which is at 120. And that's only on my Switch, but on my PS2, Disgaea 2 is my longest game. The game I've played for the longest with like 250 hours. So with the Switch, because I've played Splatoon 2 so much, I get really scared about. I'm even more scared about purchasing games because I get worried about not getting fully what I paid for, and not in terms of like lack of content, but lack of a substance that keeps me wanting to play, which is why I have so many games on my backlog because I end up buying games that like either they're fun for a little while and then it's like, okay, I kind of don't want to play anymore, or else okay, I have to get another game because I have to keep. There's other games that I want to play other than just this, like Shantae Half Genie Hero. I've played about an hour and a half of it, and I really like the game, but because I know that there's not fully a whole bunch left from the game, it's like I don't want to play this because I don't want it to end, but I also want to play it because I want to finish it. So I get stuck in between that. It's like I know I'm not going to be playing this game as long as Splatoon 2, so I need a game like that, and I haven't found a game like that yet.
Yeah.
People were saying that. I think Colin and Martin and Spazzy were saying, "Hey, Xenoblade 2 it would fill that up for me." And something else. I haven't bought Super Mario Odyssey yet, so I think that would really help because I need bigger games Like Disgaea 5 was good.
Mario Odyssey is good.
Yeah.
Like I got into some arguments with some people when it first came out. Like it was a good Mario game, but it wasn't like the best 3D Mario for myself personally.
Ooh, I'd have to figure that out because the only 3D Mario game I've played was 3D World.
Why?
Oh, you gotta play more, dude.
I never owned a GameCube.
I mean, there's other Nintendo systems as well.
There's also the Virtual Console.
Oh, okay. Well,
there was the Virtual Console.
The thing about the Wii was that my parents were very dumb, and they thought that if we used the internet on the Wii, we would get hacked.
Okay.
True.
They thought the Wii could get hacked. So I didn't play any online games I didn't like download anything from like the shop for the Wii. And then I'm not really also a big Mario fan either. I'm more of a Sonic guy. So it's like I've only played a few Mario games. I played the original Mario Brothers, the Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2 USA, Super Mario Brothers Wii, Mario Party DS, Mario Party Island Tour, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8, and Super Mario 3D World. That's it. Oh, Mario Tennis Aces as well. Those are the only Mario games I've played.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy 1 or 2 is the best.
I think it's 64 or Odyssey for me.
Oh, 64.
As long as the answer isn't Sunshine, I probably agree. I don't care for Sunshine.
Sunshine's the worstest one.
I kind of want to play that one though, because I like the way it's because of the summer thing. I have a thing for games that remind me of summer, early 2000 summer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's why I love playing Sonic Unleashed.
Well, Colin, how about you? What do you think?
On backlog or?
Yeah.
I said earlier. I really want to sit down and do Stick of Truth again.
Mm-hmm.
Wasteland 2 I bought on my Switch and I really want to play that. And I think the one game that I've always said I'm gonna revisit and then I try and then I just simply can't is everyone's favorite Fallout game, Fallout New Vegas, which I actually think might be one of the. I mean, it's not one of the worst ones, but it's like kind of a piece of shit.
I can't get into any Bethesda game like recently.
Like I know most people are gonna be like, but it's better than 4. But it's like, yeah, I mean most games are better than Fallout 4. But like, I don't know.
New Vegas is a game that everybody always asks me to play, and I just never get the motivation to. But it is a game I'm constantly asked to play.
It is a game that, yeah, it's more in line with the older Fallout games. Yeah, it's made by people who have a better hold on story writing than Bethesda does. Yes, it has deeper game mechanics than Fallout 3. However, that game is a busted pile of garbage that doesn't work ever. And every single time I try to replay it and I go back, because I played through it, like I dumped 70 hours into it back when it came out, and then I played a bunch of the DLC packs to completion. But every time I try to play it again, it's just like it just breaks on me. Like an hour in, something always happens, and the game just like completely loses its shit, and it's like, well. Fuck this, you know, like goddamn.
All as well.
I know the idea is that you're supposed to mod the ever-loving hell out of it to make it better, which at that point I think is cheating. You know, I think that's just like, But
if you have to mod a game to make it a better game, that doesn't mean the game mean the game ain't good.
Well, it's more like if you have to mod the game to make it playable. Like that's like, okay, unless it was something like that was released unfinished, like
Sonic 06.
Like Stalker, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Is like I'm like, I don't care because I don't like the VAT system where like a lot of your mechanics revolve around like slowing down time and like picking your spot. That's not my favorite thing. I just like shooting, and so people are like, well, then download a enhanced shooting mechanics mod. I'm like, well, then. If every problem I have with the game is just like, well, download a mod. It's like, well, why am I even playing the game?
Yeah.
What's making it crap? I don't know. The environments don't work. The NPCs glitch out. Like it. I did a stream. I did like 2 New Vegas streams back when I was trying to replay it because I figured that like, oh yeah, if I stream it, like that'll give me the motivation to play more. And then it was just like, oh, I have to keep like the game keeps crashing. Like, oh, the environments keep not loading in. Like, oh, fucking gotta restart the game again. It just got to be a pain. I mean, I've heard the GOG version is better because it has a bunch of like RAM fixes, but I also installed like a RAM fix on the Steam version, so I should not have been having those issues, but I don't know.
Yeah. How about you, Connor?
I mean, I already answered.
Yeah, we kind of went through everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me go back to. I need to stop closing this Twitter thread. Let's see. We're getting into like the last 30 minutes, so I guess we can start talking about like Smash stuff if we really want to.
Yeah.
We have a couple questions on like thoughts on X and Smash. We have like Project Kylo asks, "Will you guys rate Spyro for Ultimate?" And then we also have Marco Midget who says, "Thoughts on Steve and Smash? Minecon is today."
So hold on. Someone asked early in the chat like if Rate That Character is coming back, and Rate That Character. I think we have a couple episodes planned very soon.
Isn't Banjo-Kazooie this week?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I don't know. Wink, wink.
Oh, are we trying to keep it
Supposed to be a
secret?
surprise.
Yeah. There's a contest.
Yeah. So basically, we pulled the soccer and I was like, "Hey, if you really thought we were gonna do Rate That Character forever, we're gonna have to slow down a bit." Yeah, because after everyone is here, I think that's the biggest point where we started
You
slowing
guys
down.
still haven't done the one character that matters.
Who?
What's that?
Master
Sora?
Chief.
Oh.
Actually,
We've already
I would
done
like to do
Doom
Master
Guy.
Chief.
Oh my god.
I have to do Asuka from the Senran Kagura.
I gotta do Sora from Kingdom Hearts because I haven't. Asuka, the main character, the black-haired girl who's on the cover of Senran Kagura Reflections.
I don't know what any of those words are.
That's the titty game on the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
70%.
Yeah, definitely get in, if you know what I mean.
People are talking about her getting in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, which still sounds dumb to me, but I mean, yeah. I'll take it if it's free.
And then so I think there's a couple of Rate That Characters coming up. It's just that we've been busy. Like I was at Tokyo Game Show, and Tenchex has been with Gamescom, and then he's like 3 reviews deep in right now. Like he's doing like another Labo set.
It's also really hard to do the Rate That Characters when we already know that like there's only like 2 characters left, and who's it gonna be is like maybe
According
some
to
of the safest bets you could make right now.
According to the box theory, which is something that we've talked about a little bit.
Should we talk about that?
Yeah. So that's why we think that there's not so many new characters coming.
Right. Not only that, but it's because if we already know that there's 103 stages, what other franchise can get in without increasing this? What other character can get in without increasing the stage count? So.
Well, that's why people are saying that there's actually 108 now, right? Because of the
the Kodo.
I still don't believe it. Even as much as a magazine having this information that normally gets information, as much as they're getting as the fact that they're getting something that's different from what we know, it still doesn't make me believe that there is 108 stages. Because if there was 100 stages, I don't see the reason why they just wouldn't tell us.
Yeah.
It's weird. So about the Kodo thing, for people who don't know, there's a monthly magazine that's aimed at like elementary school kids, and it sometimes debuts Pokemon information, but not always. That's what a lot of people know about it in the West, but it's really just like comics and stuff like that, and like general anime news and stuff like that.
I actually want a copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And So Korokoro, they said they had like an August 8th roundup, and in that August 8th direct roundup, they said that Smash Ultimate would have 108 stages. So all the information in that, 4 pages or whatever, lines up to everything that we've known up to August 8th, except for the 108 stages.
Right.
Which is why some people are not fully convinced that there are not.
Do we know if they've made an apology saying the information that they published was incorrect or anything like that?
I don't think so. Honestly, the only people that are making a big deal of it are the Smash fan base.
Yeah, that's so. I would at least expect even if there wasn't an apology from them, it's still hard for me to believe it because if the I'm a very big supporter of the box theory, so. Yeah. It doesn't kind of having the two exist at the same time doesn't make sense.
Connor, do you want to explain the box theory?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna explain it from a standpoint. I think people mostly know what it is, but when people try to argue against it, I've never been this is 100% it. This is definitely it, because there could be more, and I hope that there's more. Yeah. But the reason that I still think I believe it is people are well, it's promotional material. They wouldn't reveal all that in the box. Could be more missing, and that's when I think people are just kind of grasping at straws, because why would they because this is a real box. It's not placed. This is a real box that obviously has a design pattern for it that was intended. And it focuses on every single character in the game. It has a focus obviously on all the characters that are in Smash Ultimate. So why would they make this box and design a pattern to fit specifically this size of box? So which implies the box doesn't change its pattern. It's obviously going to be a set pattern. If it's not all the characters, if Shadow and Steve, for example, are in, why would those two not be on the box?
Yeah, and for for people who don't know, there's a pattern of 8 or 9 characters on each side, alternating.
It's 9 characters. It shows 9 on one side and it'll show 9 on the other. And the only time that doesn't, it shows that that's actually designed with intention for more characters to be added, which is the big thing, because one section only has 8, which would feature Ryu and Ken. So you obviously fill in for Ken there, which makes it 9.
Yeah. So it lines up pretty well, and then there's 2 extra spaces at the end. One would be for Isabella because it doesn't feature her, and another one would be for one other character.
Right.
Again, just like Connor said, this isn't proof that there's only 2 left, but it's something that is a possibility.
Yeah, and in regards to people believing the blog theory more, that's one thing that it's not necessarily annoys me, but it kind of confuses me as to why people are oh, well, this one has more than going for it than the box theory, because there's so many factors that could shake up the blog theory that people are just well, they're obviously going to reveal characters all the way to launch. It's well,
what is the blog theory? I'm not.
It's the blog. Okay. The blog theory states that they looked at the rate of character announcements, the fighter blog post, and it's basically 2.9 on average. So you have about 3 characters who are being talked about in the blog every week. And one of the things about the blog theory is that she can sorry, I'm reading the chat out as well. With the blog theory is that it. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Fuck.
Put the chat away. Don't look at it.
Yeah. So the blog theory states that the rate of characters probably won't change. So the people who are kind of promoting that, or who have sat there and did the calculations, they're from the Mimikyu server. They say that 8 characters is the max, with 6 being the lower ones. But after Sakurai's comments, they've kind of said now, maybe 4 is the lowest. So it's kind of not very clear. They say it's very flexible and they have different calculations, but it just depends on a lot of different variables.
Yeah, there's just no way to know is the thing. It's all we can look at the math that's there now, but it's not nothing can change. We already know that there's a whole another large mode that's unaccounted for in the blog. So when that gets revealed, who's to say that doesn't take over a lot of character posts that they're supposedly coming?
I've been talking with Sabi is one of them, and then also let me pull up his name so I don't mess it up. I've been talking with the people who are behind this quite often, actually, just because I'm trying to understand their point of view. Wabi Sabi, yeah, and talking with them and like seeing what they think, and I think it's a good idea to like sit there and like count how many characters and how many assist trophies and how many stages are shown every week to try to see if there's a pattern. But in my opinion, the blog hasn't really had a real pattern, because a lot of the posts, they seem kind of like spur of the moment. The timing is always off. There are constant spelling mistakes and just general errors in them. Sometimes they come out at like 5 hours later in English and the other languages, but they're posted first on Twitter. It's just really all over the place.
Yeah.
So another theory that I hear people talking about a lot, music.
Yeah, the music theory is like that they wouldn't show music from a series that has a new character until that character gets in. Right. Not including echoes or something like that. I personally don't believe that. I think that's just dumb.
Right. The only situation I believe that it's not completely true because of the fact that it seems like people aren't including echoes because it also messes up with the theory. The only situation where it would go against my personal criticism against it is with Daisy, because there was like when Smash Ultimate was announced, there wasn't a Mario track with the 3 tracks that we got. There was Brinstar Devs, Vega, and the Breath of the Wild and the Smash Ultimate theme. And the thing is that with each echo, we've kind of also gotten music with that series as well. With Castlevania, of course, you already had the track that was leaked early, so that you can count that for Richter and Simon because they're both Castlevania. But after that direct, we also got Dark Samus, Crom, and K. Rool in that direct, and then I'm pretty sure after that direct, the next tracks we got were Gangplank Galleon, and then a Fire Emblem track. And then even though for Dark Samus, even though her trailer, her reveal trailer used Brinstar Devs, that was still already back in the first 3 tracks anyways. So for each echo has had music related to them, related to their series come out, except for like right after they were announced, or even in relation, because Ridley was announced with Smash Ultimate, so a Samus track, a Metro track was already posted. So the only thing that goes against my criticism of that is Daisy, but I feel like you kind of have to count echoes as well, because clearly it seems like that's what they're doing.
Like, this is something that I was talking about in the Mimikyu server, and I think Sakurai has made it pretty clear that there's not a lot of characters in Smash Ultimate, a lot of new characters, and that's because they brought back everyone from every Smash game. And the roster is already pretty sizable, and every time they add a unique character, it takes a lot more time to balance them.
All right. Not only that, but
I mean, that's why like the DLC characters, they took about like half a year to make for one of them.
Well, one thing I don't like about the way that people are looking at characters, though, is the fact that they look at echoes as not characters. Like, they don't, even though, like, they're not.
I've seen it both ways. Like, I've seen some people go out of their way to, like, count echoes as a full character, and some people who don't.
And that's also one thing against, like, people have been using against, like, with the box theory, because they're saying, like, it doesn't make, because if you don't count echoes, what was it? I did this, in the leak, it's on the Leak and Rumors track that we have in our Discord. We were talking about the box theory, and people were really starting to argue about how many fighters there actually are. And so I broke it down in a way that is really specific for people who want to relate to it. If you count every fighter, including echoes, the separate Mii fighters, and the separate Pokemon, the entire roster is 74. If you layer Mii fighters and Pokemon trainer, but still count echoes, and the way that the box theory does, as of right now, we have 70, and then the box theory would have those 2 extra spaces. because if you count, I did it several times just to make sure I wasn't incorrect. But if you, as of the announcement of Isabelle, you don't need to put Isabelle on the spot of the box that we can specifically see, because already on the side of the box that we can't see, there's 34 fighters in total.
Yeah.
And on the other side would just be 36. So that's
Isabelle would go on that side that we can see. Yeah.
Right. So there would be 2 fighters left still. If you layer Mii Fighter and Pokemon Trainer but don't count Echoes, the roster is 64. And if you count Mii Fighters and Pokemon Trainer separately but don't count Echoes, the roster is at 68.
Yeah.
Right. So in total, even like people are still saying that because there's not a lot of fighters, but it doesn't make sense for them not to add like a lot of newcomers, even though they said I hope you're not expecting too many newcomers. And I still personally see Echoes as newcomers because even though they're based off a different fighter, I think the biggest part about Smash is the fact that you're having these fighters from different franchises. The characters are what are more important than I think that the technicality of the fighter themselves.
Well, Sakurai said after he showed Prom and Dark Samus, he says Ato skoshi dake sonzai shimasu, which means there's only a few more left. Right. And the way that they translate that in English, I just double checked this the other day, is that they said we still have a few more to announce, so stay tuned.
After Dark Samus and Chrom.
See, the way he says that is he says we'll have more characters. He doesn't refer to Echoes. He says we'll have more characters.
Yeah, he says more characters, exactly.
It's based off the characters. It's not really about whether they're a specific new fighter.
He said this specifically after Chrom and Dark Samus. He said, we'll show all the characters before the game goes on sale, and there's only a few more left. And the way that I really don't like the way they translated that in English, because I think that's where some of the confusion.
By that logic, he could just mean K. Rool, Isabelle, Ken, and the last.
No, the way that when you're watching it in the direct, which I'm sure a lot of people had this thought, is that they'll have more to announce in that direct, not necessarily for the rest of the game.
Oh, okay.
Because they said stay tuned. So it's like, keep watching this program kind of thing. And King K. Rool was showing off. That's why when I would refer to this statement, people didn't know what I was talking about. They're like, Sakurai didn't say anything about not a lot of characters in the August 8 direct. But if you look at the Japanese, he did.
Okay.
So
Smash. Yeah. What else is it? There's a lot of things that.
Yeah, but
about Smash that have been getting really riled up lately.
Connor, do you have anything that you think we should mention about the box theory?
Not really.
Or any theory.
I just think that the box theory is people are like, oh, it's just a box and stuff, and I think you kind of have to take a jump to assume that, because obviously this box was made with intention. If you actually look into the pattern and think logically, they wouldn't have made such a defined pattern if this box wasn't final, if this wasn't planned to go to market. The only thing that they changed on it was obviously blacking out the last 2 characters for the promotional marketing. So I think the hope for more is that for whatever reason there is characters off the box, and I think if there are more characters but the box still shows that the last 2's on the box are Ken, Isabelle, and the last character, then the box theory was still right. You can't say oh, you were wrong.
I think you can think of it as box theory and blog theory are 2 sides of the spectrum. Box theory is assuming that we have less, blog theory is assuming that we have more, but they're both kind of flexible in some ways. Exactly. That you could have a middle ground where both end up being right.
People were saying that what was it? What if they're going to add extra characters on the back of the box? I'm like, that doesn't make sense, because that's where you market the game. Normally on a normal video game case, you have.
Well, also I'll say that special editions, all the special editions I've owned, I looked at them, and they all have the barcode on the back. So the barcode's not going to go on the side. I want to say that. And then also, it is possible that they'll have more characters announced, or that they'll have characters that will be free DLC, or coming out as DLC very shortly.
Yeah, that's another thing. The game. Every Nintendo game recently has since the Wii U has all featured DLC shortly after launch that comes very consistently. And like I know Sakurai said he likes to finish his game and then work on DLC, but I think it's completely possible this time around that like even now and maybe beginning in August they began working on DLC to come out shortly after the game.
Yeah, and like those are characters that are maybe not necessarily including like the promotional materials for the game on release date, but they'll be there pretty soon after.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, because like one thing about this box is that the box is gonna leak. Like it goes on sale in like what October?
November 2nd, I think.
November 2nd.
7th.
So I'm expecting it to leak like the last week of October, just because they're gonna have to print it. They're gonna have to ship it to stores. So if they don't announce the characters before that, then and if the characters are on the box, then it's gonna cause a problem.
Some guys in chat saying you can have the 9 pattern with more characters, and not really, unless you're expecting 9 more characters and no more echoes.
But then why make up that mock-up with?
Yeah, exactly. Like why have the defined 9 character space apart if the only echo left isn't Ken? Or
why make it that weirdly? Why make it so early if you still have more to show off?
Like
exactly.
I think there's some special editions that just had like a black side.
Yeah,
which I thought was like a more appropriate like temp art image.
Yeah, I think. What was I gonna say? Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I can remember. Basically, like I think there could be. It's possible, like maybe they reveal Ken and the last newcomer in October at some point, and then that is what they plan on marketing with. And then whatever their last direct reveal is, they could have more that they specifically wanted to save. But I do think it's unlikely because the closer they get to launch, the more likely it is to leak. And Sakurai specifically wanted to avoid leaks. So I think it's possible that he would reveal the final characters 2 months before the game comes out and then reveal the final mode or whatever in November.
Go ahead.
So like I think one thing that Connor touched upon that a lot of people kind of are underestimating, and that I keep on trying to tell people about, is that leaks really did impact this hype cycle. Like I think the ERSB leak was really devastating for Sakurai, and that if you look at his comments and how they revealed Smash Ultimate, like the Smash Special translation, which you can't read right now, but if you read that translation, then you'll see like he went out of his way to do a lot of things in a way that would prevent leaks. And I think that them putting all the character trailers all at once, which is I think a terrible marketing move. I think that was done to prevent leaks.
Yeah,
and like the way that they're doing the music every Wednesday is another way to prevent leaks because it's a consistent schedule.
I feel like K. Rool was kind of shown a bit early, and they could have done without him in that direct and shown him later to be a more hype reveal towards the end. But I think they were scared of him leaking.
I think with the next time that they would do a direct, they have early.
You're cutting out
a bit.
Oh, whoops! Hold on, give me a second. How about now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So I think that what they're going to do is have a direct early November or really late October, because the Smash bundle, the Smash Switch bundle comes out November 7th. And that's literally a full month before Smash itself comes out. So, and I don't completely understand how they're going to have the Smash, how they're going to have it work, because you need a download code. Give me a second.
So the way that works is that the code can't be activated until it goes up on the eShop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think they're doing that this time around to avoid a GameCube adapter shortage, because that's what happened last time. That's the only reason I can think for them doing it so early, because it's kind of weird. I guess it also makes sense for the holiday season.
Yep, Black Friday.
You want to buy that early, and a lot of people are going to want Smash, and so you just buy the game in November.
Yeah. And parents can buy it and then, give it to their kids on Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about being close to Christmas. They can just buy that box and keep it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think just that in order to advertise whatever they have left, and I'm like, okay, well here's everything, and now Sorry about that. They have. Oh my.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I think that Smash Ultimate will have DLC. I think it's pretty common sense that we'll get more characters. It's just that, for the base roster, I think we're more towards the end than a lot of people think.
I think it's like the one thing I don't feel comfortable about talking about, because it's like it's still too early to talk about DLC. I just want the game like finished and out first before even like thinking about, oh cool, more money. Because it just starts up the cycle of everyone could be in Smash now again, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
all right.
Well, Orange Yoda was talking about how he kind of hates how the rosters leak. He wishes that people didn't want to leak stuff, and it's unfortunately a side effect of like the modern day. Like, if you look at every fighting game, all the rosters have been leaked.
Yeah.
Like Soul Calibur, their full roster has been basically shown. It's just like there's no game that's safe, which is unfortunate.
All right, I took care of it.
Oh,
I think we should actually probably start wrapping up soon. We've hit the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
All right.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a good time.
So, as always, links down below to everyone's Twitter, our Discord, our Patreon, our Twitter, all that good stuff. Our website that's currently down. I'd like to thank Connor for joining us this week.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody that
it was great having you.
Yeah, for sure. I love doing stuff with you guys. Anybody that doesn't know me and stuff, I stream every night on Twitch at 8 Eastern time. Do YouTube stuff too here and there, but that's more just a hobby here and there. But I do like streaming a lot. I used to be part of Source Gaming a long time ago, but left to do a little bit of that. But I love everybody here still. Absolutely.
Wait, really? Nobody told me this.
Oh my
Yeah, this
God.
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh snap! I didn't know that.
I think I had the least viewed video, my Titanfall 2 review on the channel.
Had like 10 views.
Nobody cared about anything non-Nintendo. I was like, well, okay.
Oh god.
And then, always thanks to the Duke of Dorks for supporting us and being the super duper patron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
So yeah, have a pleasant day, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Have a good rest of the day.